Welcome to Dex Prep. Here we'll cover everything that you should consider catching and collecting in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. With Pokemon Home integration rumored to go live in the spring, we'll have a bit more time to collect everything Gen 9 has to offer before we can transfer to Home. Here's what we'll need. If you haven't already, we'll need to collect one of every 107 new Pokemon that were introduced in these games. We'll also need to add the new gender variants and forms that were introduced. For gender variants, all you need to collect are the male and female Oinkologne. Diving into forms is where things get a little bit more tricky. For your basic alternate forms, you'll need to collect all 4 colors of Squawkabilly, all 3 forms of Tatsugiri, Gimmighoul's chest form in preparation for his roaming form to be released in Pokemon Go, and the forms of both Maushold and Dudunsparce. These last 2 forms will prove to be a bit more of a challenge given that they're 1 in 100 odds to evolve into. After that, you'll need to collect this game's regional forms of Wooper, and for the first time 3 breeds of Tauros, Combat, Aqua, and Blaze. Newly introduced, you'll also need to catch the 4 convergent species of Pokemon, Wiglet, Wugtrio, Toedscool, and Toedscruel. While these are technically brand new Pokemon with their own dex numbers, I see these in many ways as remixes of old Pokemon, making them very much deserving of their own categories in every living dex. You should also catch both games' exclusive Paradox Pokemon. This on its own isn't too difficult, however if you notice, Koraidon and Miraidon are technically considered Paradox Pokemon themselves. Because they're already included as a part of your Gen 9 dex, this will require another playthrough of each game, to then put them in a Paradox Pokemon section. Okay, so you've caught all of the brand new Gen 9 Pokemon in their respective forms. There's a little bit more that we can do though. After defeating each Titan in the game, you're able to return to the battle location and catch them. This time, you'll notice they have an exclusive Titan mark, making for some notable rarity, very similar to how Totem Pokemon were in Gen 7. Based on my knowledge, these don't respawn, so be sure to save right before, and it should also be noted that these are shiny locked. If you want to take things a little bit further, there's actually in-game trade Pokemon that can be obtained, these being Snom, a Jotonian Wooper, and a Haunter that will trade evolve into a Gengar. You'll need a Fulbebe, a Paldean Wooper, and a Pincurchin to perform these trades. While not a trade, but rather a gift, you can also complete your language class to net you a Galarian Meowth from your teacher. If you've been keeping up with the online raid events, the mightiest marked Pokemon Charizard, Cinderace, and Greninja have been released so far. I would argue you should continue collecting these as there's definitely going to be more that come in the future. One last way to prepare is to catch some Pokemon outside of Scarlet and Violet. Originating in Gen 2, we were introduced to the concept of cross-generation evolutions, Pokemon from one generation that evolve from or into something brand new. Scarlet and Violet continues this tradition with 4 special Pokemon. Let's go back to their native generations and catch these pre-evolved Pokemon so when home integration releases, we can evolve them properly in Scarlet and Violet. In Gen 1 Virtual Console, let's grab a Mankey or Primeape. In Gen 2 Virtual Console, let's catch a Girafarig and a Dunsparce. But let's make that a box or 2 of Dunsparce, so we can try our luck at getting both the 2 and 3 segment forms. In Gen 5, let's grab a Pawniard or a Bisharp. That's about all I could think of as far as Pokemon to catch in Scarlet and Violet. Once DLC is announced, I'm sure there'll be plenty more to do. But until then, if I missed anything, feel free to comment below. Definitely remember to like and subscribe, and I look forward to talking more as far as what we can do to enhance our Pokedexes in the future.